Well, a good Friday evening to everyone. Welcome. I'm Joe Rulin along with Jim Childs. We are back at Castle Field for some summer town ball coming your way here on QCTV. Tonight it's the Andover Aces taking on the Anoka Bucs. And Jim, looking forward to this matchup.
Yeah, it's this is a crosstown rivalry. Separated. I think you told me once. I was thinking about this morning. Bunker Lake Boulevard is the only thing that separates these two from not being in the same town. So, but really, it's a rivalry. But really, the baseball is so much it improves every year with the mini metro, and this Aces team and this Bucks team have a lot of talent.
Well, both these teams come in with impressive starts. 7-6 for the Aces as they went to state last year for the first time. Well, let's take a look here. Head coach Rob Belschner for the Aces. And the lineup for the Aces will be Carson Waddell, followed by Tyler Lunau in right field, followed by Clayton Fisher versus Chayton Fisher. Clayton Fisher, the catcher. Noah D'Agostino coming back from Superior, playing second base and batting fourth, followed by Tyler Brick at first. And then there's Sam Plohouse hitting in sixth and batting left field, followed by Abbas in center, Dylong in center field, and Domovic, writing it up, out in center field. Quickly look, Josh Barker, followed by in left field, Lewis Hertling, followed by Taylor Nelson. J.D. Wells at second. Freddie Hubner at short. On the mound is Zane Vitens. We'll get you some numbers on him, along with Nate Tillman at first and Garrett Hoffman at third. So first pitch underway here. Vitens gets it going here for the Bucs, 1-1.
Yeah, Vitens, so far this will be his fourth game. He's 6 and a third innings. He's gave up 6 hits, no runs so far, and 9 strikeouts. Strong start to the season for Vitens.
Mike McGonigal behind the dish for the Bucs. And ahead in the count now, Vitens, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Waddell. Waddell coming in. Swinging an aggressive bat, 2-2, misses on that pitch.
Waddell, strong season. He was all conference down at Grandview down in Iowa, outside of Des Moines. Actually got a hit off the Iowa Hawkeyes earlier. This one's popped up to the second baseman, J.D. Wells.
Has that.
Yep.
So the manager continues to show his presence here. Gets the first out of the game to set the tempo there. So we set up here, number 2 hitter. Lunau steps in. And Lunau comes in with a pretty aggressive swing through high school, hitting .375 so far this season, 38 plate appearances, and the first pitch taken for a strike.
He'll be heading to Grandview as well. Had a good season out at Bismarck State.
This one's hit to right, shallow. Now coming in to make that catch is Nelson, Tyler Nelson. I believe it said Taylor, but his name is Tyler Nelson. In right field, second out, 2 away. And we get a look at the catcher. First chance I've had a chance to see this individual hit in Clay Fisher, Jim.
Yeah, Chayton Fisher, Maple Grove, Andover will know him. He scored one of the goals in the victory over Maple Grove. Andover did back in 2022 for that championship run. Was down in Mankato State.
Swung on, missed breaking pitch here. Kind of a back foot breaking pitch. That time by Vitens. Vitens comes in with an ERA of 0. Another sharp, aggressive breaking ball targeted towards that back foot, and he's ahead of the count. His Vitens, 1 ball and 2 strikes. He has thrown 6 innings, a couple of walks, 9 strikeouts in 6 innings thus far, a whip of 1.26 for Vitens. Good eye there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We are just at the top half of the first. Great to be back at Castle Field, and my first call of the season for town ball. Swung on here, hit the second. Wells gathers it up, makes the throw, and the Aces are retired in order. A clean inning there for the Bucs. And no hits, no walks, no one left on base at first half, top of the inning, no score. And now we're getting a chance to see the Aces. And these two teams met, Jim, last year 3 times. And it was the Aces who had 2 losses. Actually, the Bucs went 2-1. Yeah. Here's a look right now.
So the lineup for head coach and CEO J.D. Wells, leading off will be Fred Hubner, shortstop, followed by J.D. Wells. Shane Vitens will be batting third. Taylor Nelson batting fourth. Logan Piero will be the designated hitter, batting fifth. Lewis Hertling, the left fielder, will be batting sixth. Hoffman will be the third baseman, as we had talked about earlier, and batting seventh. Tillman and McGonigal will round out the order. As for the Huskies out on the field,
toeing the rubber to begin with will be Josh Stoll.
Yeah, Stoll, former Andover Husky, but went to AR, and then his first season down in Grandview as well. Had an excellent season. But out in the outfield from left to right will be Plojas, DeLong, and Lunau. Around the horn will be Waddell, Domovic, D'Agostino, and Brick at first base. Behind the plate will be Chayton Fisher, and we talked about Josh Stoll.
There we go. That's Stoll. Meanwhile, this is his 7th game of the season, and comes in with 3 wins, 2 losses, and 2 saves thus far, an ERA of 1.66. And he has faced a total of 99 batters thus far. And meanwhile, striking out 37 of those hitters.
I tell you what, the Aces uniforms look so much better than what they have in the past. These are some sharp drip by the Aces. You like that? Like the way I use that cultural reference, Joe?
Yes.
Drip.
Rav, man, very Rav as we get going here. Starting off is Freddie Hubner. Hubner comes in hitting .219 this season. Steps in, gets a look here at Stoll and his first pitch. This one misses in and tight as the flagpole tonight, and that flag up on it. Pretty dead, pretty flat right now. This one's off the plate and called a strike. Just caught the outside part of the corner. Dotting the eye that time was Josh Stoll. Giving up just 4 earned runs this season. A ball taken there. And again, both of these teams, as I mentioned, had played each other last year a total of 3 times, and it was the Bucs who picked up the first 2 wins, and then it was Andover. Here's a shot into the gap. This one's going to get down for a base hit. Hubner thinking about second. Hesitated for a bit. That may cost him. It does. As Hubner kind of stutter-stepped a bit as he rounded first. Hit it to the gap and was thrown out. Good play there in the outfield for the Huskies to stay focused and slap in the tag.
DeLong. Sam Plojas kind of had the angle and let DeLong take it. DeLong with a turnaround, kind of a pirouette, threw a strike right to D'Agostino. D'Agostino applied the tag.
That'll be a single and a throw out for that first out, so the no-hitter is gone. Just a note to self for you, Jim.
Yep.
J.D. Wells steps in. Wells follows this one back as J.D. coming back, you said, for that CEO role here on the team, hitting .222 so far this year.
This is his 16th year as he resurrected this program a while ago and has really done a great job. Fun to watch him grow up over the last 10 years that we've been watching.
7 RBIs. This one taken for a ball. The last time I had a chance to see the Bucs was their fabulous win in Waconia, last year's state tournament. Lions Pub, a team that was ranked, I believe, in second or third in the state for Class A at that time. Fredenberg went yard. In fact, he hit a grand slam in that game. And a punch out here called third strike. Stoll picks up his first strikeout. And J.D. Wells gives the home plate umpire, eye hacker, a second look. Caught looking there. Setting up now is Zane Vitens.
I believe Vitens played for the Low-Gators last year.
Yep.
Oh, was he here? Okay.
He's Anoka. Vitens now ready to get at it here, as he's seen. Going to try to help his case. As Vitens comes in, hitting .333 on the season. 4 walks, 2 RBIs. Also got 5 doubles. Ahead in the count is Stoll. Brings the juice up top that time and goes off the mitt. Now Fisher. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're at the top half or bottom half of the first from Castle Field. That pitch just misses. Get another look, reset outfield straight away. Usually you might have some of the sun to contend with in left field. Punched out, called third strike. The second hitter for the Bucs caught looking, and the Bucs are retired, and so is the first inning for us. No score here after 1 complete. We'll return for the second in a moment.
Whether or not that's
Great look and a goal! Anoka!
You see right there, as Bernovic with a shot.
Inning number 2 about underway as the final tosses taken there by Vitens, the starting pitcher today for the Bucs. Mentioned the Bucs come in with a record of 10-2. Meanwhile, the Aces are at 7-6 in league play. The Bucs are at 2-2, and in the Metro Mini, the Aces are 1-0. First pitch taken here. D'Agostino stepping in. Excited to see him get an at-bat here. He has certainly had an immense amount of success in his first 2 years at Superior, Jim.
Yeah, he really has. And we got another Andover Husky up there. Patty Kelly was injured this year, but those two held down, anchored the Husky infield. Now, hopefully, have the Yellow Jackets infield up in Superior.
D'Agostino ahead 2-0 on the count. Drives this one up the middle, seeing the ball well. Man, he kept those hands high and drove through that ball, and a base hit, the first of the night here for the Aces.
Yeah, good hit, good rip, good picked out a good pitch, and was able to rip it right up the middle. He never does too much. He always just plays within what he is comfortable doing, and he's very good at it.
And you like him on the base path. 1 pitch, big hop to third. Get the leader on there, D'Agostino. The second is good. It turned a double play, 5-4-3 on that double play. That was Tyler Brick, who was in the box for 1 pitch. and hit into the double play.
Yeah, good job by Hoffman. Good transition to get that ball out of his glove over to J.D. Wells. J.D. Wells bubbled it a little bit, but plenty of time to get Brick. So the two base runners that we've had so far, Joe, have lasted a total of one pitch.
That's it. And setting in now for Plohouse. Plohouse sets in. Sam is certainly a very successful career with Andover. This one followed straight back.
Well, he's done a great job of being the manager for this program, too. He's been outstanding with organizing and getting talent and building a roster. A lot of the same things that J.D. Wells did, 10 years ago.
Plohaus's 13th game of the season. This is his 48th plate appearance of the year, hitting .244. 4 RBIs, a couple of doubles. This one in the dirt at 2-2 now.
I believe he's the all-time leader in hits, home runs, at-bats, just about every offensive category for the Aces.
Aces last year had their season come to an end, and they found themselves in the state tournament. There's a one-hop to short. Freddie gets his body in front of it, then airmails it to first, forcing that time Tillman to elevate to come down off the bag. So that will be an error on Hubner, but a good pop. A screaming one-hop torture that time to short by Plohaus. He reaches base. Let's see if the Aces can get something going here with 2 outs, and that brings up Sam Avis.
Yeah, he hit it on the button, and Hubner just kind of handcuffed Hubner, kind of short-armed it.
You've been kind of known to do that when the tab shows up, Jim.
It's called alligator arms, Joe. Alligator arms.
You as a former catcher, correct?
Yeah, that's if that happens a lot.
This one's driven to center by Avis. Let's see if he can beat the center fielder. No, yeah, it's off the glove of Barker. Another error. Easily scoring here will be Plohaus. He was off and running with the 2 outs. A 2-base error, but a clutch contact there by Avis, and the Aces pick up some key contact and activity and get the first run of the game with 2 outs.
Yeah, that Barker looked like he kind of jogged to it rather than sprinting and trying to get under it, and came off the tip of his glove. And fortunate for the Aces that Plohaus, with the wheels that he has, was able to just sprint around the bases.
This one foul as it falls to the right side. DeLong getting set inside. The last 2 hitters have really scorched the ball.
Yeah, D'Agostino did too, on that first hit.
Absolutely.
Too.
Owen DeLong comes in, hitting .240. This is 9th game of the season, his 29th plate appearance of the season. 2 outs, runner on second. And Andover scratches a straight number across the plate. An early 1-0 lead here in the top half of the second.
DeLong out of Champlin.
Swing and good pitch that time on the breaking pitch by Tents. Of course, that run that the Aces picked up is an unearned run, as Vitens came into this game with an ERA of 0. Opponent's batting average as well coming into tonight at a batting average of .222 versus Vitens. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We get a look here at the number 8 hitter, Owen DeLong. The delivery pounces it out. That's going to be foul, but gets to see another pitch. Good job of hitting there by Owen DeLong.
Nate Tillman is putting on some miles out there
This
half inning. He's been chasing a couple of those.
The more pitches you see typically equates to some success at the plate. Let's see if that's the formula here for DeLong. The delivery by Tents.
Oof.
Just missed.
That was a nice pitch. Good eye by DeLong if you're the Aces.
Here in the second, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. DeLong at bat, the number 8 hitter, trying to put up a second run here in this inning for Andover. He is the number 8 hitter. That pitch misses as well. 3 balls, 2 strikes here on a still kind of a quiet weather-wise and sun-wise. The sun has showed up, but the clouds did too. Here's a ground ball to Hubner over his glove. That's going to score the second run, and that took a hop right over Freddie Hubner's glove. Caught the tip of it. You could see it from here, so that may be an error as well.
It is. That's 3 in a row.
So 2 runs across now with 2 outs, and that brings up the number 9 hitter in Jake Domovic. Takes one swing, drives this to left field. Not reading it well. It drops in front of Hertling, and that will be a hit. So the Huskies have stacked some great at-bats here with 2 outs. First it was Plohouse, who reached on an error, followed by Abbas, who reached on an error by the center fielder Barker. DeLong reached first, and Abbas scored on the error by Freddie Hubner at short. And this one by Domovic is a base hit to left field as it drops in front of Hertling. We flip the lineup over to Waddell.
Yeah, not a lot of extra bullets being spent right now by Vakens. Every run that's scored now from here for the rest of this inning will be unearned.
0-1, late breaking pitch, went up high that time and missed. As you get a look at the Andover High School, former high school senior shortstop Carson Waddell hitting .239 and watches that pitch down low. Waddell, first time up tonight, flew out to J.D. Wells at second. Two RBIs. Chance for another, may have it there. That's hit to Hertling. He hardly has to move. And finally, the Aces are retired. Not before scoring 2 runs in their half of the second and leave 2 runners on. So, hey, some good hitting. They kept it alive, hit the ball on the screws, and really made something happen. Did the Aces with the 2 outs. It was really led by D'Agostino as he drove the ball on a base hit. His first time up, and everyone kind of followed suit, Jim, along with that.
Yeah, you are right. So, you know, Joe, you were talking about the Andover Aces, where they're standing in the where their standings are right now, along with Anoka. This group or this conference with Centennial Cougars strong. The Redbirds have been traditionally strong. And they've done an outstanding job. You can see our standings right here with the Lowgators. They've been kind of the class of the Metro Mini for the last 4 or 5 years, but all of these have at one time over the last year had votes for the top 10 by the Minnesota Amateur Baseball Association, and they are good. Forest Lake, they've had just outstanding teams. Centennial really absorbed a lot of the Blaine Fusion players, and they have improved their lot.
We saw that St. Michael's squad last year as well. Powerful team that can swing the bat. Andover a win over them earlier this season already. So we take a look here, and hey, Forest Lake you see as well underneath there. I see Forest Lake took the loss today to Eastridge. So Eastridge in Class 4A. I was waiting to see the final between Wayzata and Moundsview, and I haven't had a chance to dial that one up yet.
Joe, I'm on it.
We go here to the second. Tyler Nelson steps in here for the Bucs. The first base likes that first pitch, takes a swat. It's out to shallow center, and then coming over to take over and flag it down the Aces. And the 1 down. Center fielder handled that on the first pitch look by Nelson.
Well, the 2 runs all came unearned, and when your team can make plays in the field behind you, it makes your job as a pitcher so much easier.
Logan Piero steps in.
Farmington beat Wayzata today.
Well, Farmington lost to, so Moundsview, you mean? Could that be because Moundsview and Wayzata played in one of the semifinals, and Forest Lake was playing Eastridge.
Yeah, I read that wrong, and I apologize.
Forest Lake took out Farmington 1-0 in the quarterfinals. Logan hitting at a clip so far this year. Hit and oh my, yeah, that is always in a tender spot. They'll get some time to the catcher here, Fisher.
Yeah, so Eastview beat Farmington today. Minnetonka. Let's see, that was in the consolation.
Correct.
Let's see.
So Moundsview was battling; they were tied with Wayzata. I've had a chance to see that Moundsview team a certain of times.
Moundsview did take out Wayzata 5-4. So they'll be playing against Eastridge. Eastridge is the defending champion from last year. Those two will be at Target Field on Monday afternoon or Monday night, actually.
Couple of excellent pitchers. Well, they have more than that with Moundsview and some great hitting as well. Garion, one of those pitchers for Moundsview, who's heading to Iowa next year. First pitch look, strike, and a ground ball by Piero. Piero hitting .353 coming in. Thought he'd hop on that first pitch after the delay. And it looks like Fisher is all right, but he grounds out to second.
Yeah, you think about Moundsview, they're missing. They had a junior catcher last year, Tyler Rogers, who ended up moving to Arizona. He's going to Georgia on a full ride scholarship.
Hertling now steps in. Yep. Lewis, the left fielder, hitting .263 this year. This is 24th plate appearance. Here, 2 outs. In the bottom of the second, for the Bucs. This fastball up high by Stoll. Yeah, usually about this time of the night, you're battling that sun if you're in left field and at third. But tonight, with the cloud cover that is suddenly accumulated, sun not an issue. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Stoll goes inside and looked like he hit the inside part and dotted the inside of that part of the plate. But we go to full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The delivery popped up here to right. Squaring over, hauling it in, and the Aces make the catch. And for the second consecutive inning, it's another clean inning defensively for the Aces. And the Bucs are retired. 2 complete, 2-0 lead, Andover Aces.
On a typical day, local domestic violence hotlines receive over 19,000 calls, approximately 13 calls every minute. In Minnesota, over 68,000 people experiencing rape and abuse reach out to domestic and sexual violence programs for safety every year. Domestic, sexual, or relationship violence is never your fault, and everyone deserves relationships free from violence. The advocates at Alexandra House know that abuse comes in many forms, and that any behavior used to control, intimidate, or cause fear is abusive. If you or someone you know needs help, we are here to listen with confidential support 24/7, 365 at 763-780-2330 or visit alexandrahouse.org.
Welcome back to look at some of the fans gathering along the baseline on a gorgeous night, I think. Fantastic night here as the Aces rather have this 2-0 lead as we start the top half of the third, and Lunau steps in here, a big right-handed hitter. Settles in here for Andover. Takes the first one for a ball. Nice pitch called a strike. Breaking ball catches the corner. Lunau, 375 hitter this season. This is 40th plate appearance, going down that first baseline, not able to gather it there. Well, the Bucs, first time up, a fly out to right field for Tyler Lunau.
You know, Joe, the talent level is growing so much. You think about, we mentioned D'Agostino. And D'Agostino now has, I'm guessing, probably well over 200 at-bats this season, including college. And, the Aces didn't have that previously. It was the best high school players that stuck around. So.
Ground ball, Lunau to short. Hubner has this one. Gets him by a half a step. Unleashes a laser.
That's a strong throw.
Gets the out. First hitter retired for the third inning here for Andover. Stepping in is Clay Fisher. Fisher comes in, hitting .263 his first time up. A ground out to J.D. Wells at second. Here's a line drive. Glove save and a beauty. Little flashing of the leather at first by Tillman. At first I thought he caught that in the air, but he short hopped it, I believe. There's no replay tonight, so I was arbitrarily looking at that monitor, but he touched first, so nice play by Tillman. Retired is Fisher. That brings up D'Agostino. The number 4 hitter, Noah, drilled a single, his first at bat, but that was not an anomaly. He comes in hitting .429 this season. And you can tell last year, he really launched that Superior team with one heck of a freshman year, playing short, excellent hitting, solid fielding. And now here, waits for his pitch. A ground ball deep to second. Wells is going to have to hurry. I think he got it. Nope, they called him out just by a half a step as Wells goes to the backhand and showcases that arm. And for the first time here as well, it's the Andover squad down in order.
Well, I think the Bucs can be lucky they didn't have replay on that one, because he was looked like he was about a half a step past. But that will play anyways. The Bucs missing some big names and some big, Jackson Hauge not here tonight. You had mentioned Trent Fredenberg. He's not here tonight. And so there's
a number of those players in that Northwoods League. Yep, exactly. Hey, Fredenberg in that shot last year against Lions Pub. It was late in the game, but that just kind of everyone took a deep breath after that grand slam he hit. That made it 8-2. Also, Chell made a nice catch. Diving catch in center field in that game, I recall as well, only because I was calling the game. But I'll tell you, the Bucs came in as a big-time underdog in that game, and they showed their A game and represented the Metro Minnie extremely well for what was an A-level team. This Lions Pub team ranked pretty much first most of the season.
Well, the year before, the Low-Gators were in the championship.
Air Freight ended up going on to win a Class B A combination from last year in Town Ball. So going to look, as we mentioned, it was Andover who had a tough draw as well in their first visit to the state tournament against 365 and took the loss. And that one's 6-2. Setting up here, bottom of the third, and getting the look here. Seeing a chance here for Hoffman, Garrett Hoffman. Swung on, nope, not swung on, took a look at it. He comes in hitting .444 to Hoffman, playing third. 10 walks, 5 RBIs in this pitch by Stoll. A little skip to the back of the screen. But the summary on both these teams making it to that state tournament, obviously not the first time for the Bucs, but certainly both programs and clubs moving in the right direction. Anoka, by the way, the Bucs had their season ended by their loss to Measville. Measville ended up losing to Cold Spring, and then Cold Spring lost the trip to the semifinals. But nonetheless, they got deep, did this Measville team. So a walk here, and bringing up is Nate Tillman, number 8 hitter. Tillman gets a look, runner on first. First base runner to reach here tonight for the Bucs. Pitch by Stoll inside, just misses.
Yeah. Tight. Zone is pretty accurate, I guess, huh?
Tolman comes in at about 160. Takes this one down the third base line and foul on the breaking pitch and offering there by Stoll.
Well, I don't know who is on the third base camera. Hopefully they're okay. Probably bounced around a little bit over there.
Andover comes in with a team ERA, pretty stingy, 2.89. The Bucs, a team batting average of .320. Almost a pickoff attempt, but it gets by. First base there, and that will advance the Buck runner to second. Just didn't quite have the timing or wasn't quite ready that time for that play at first on the throw, kind of in the dirt.
You know, I've watched Josh Stoll. You know, we called a couple of his games in high school, and man, his mechanics have gotten really, really good. He's, you can see he's using his lower half, good arm angles, and he's really improved as a pitcher over the last 4 years, which you'd expect, but he looks good.
Tillman, eyes up, chance for an RBI. Potential single and an RBI if he can score from second. And that being Hoffman. So Tillman ahead in the count, 2-1. Swung on and fouled straight back.
Well, you can tell Tillman likes it inside. He's, you know, the two pitches that he's taken a hack at have been right around the hands. See if Stoll tries to bring another one inside, maybe a little bit higher.
Nudges in here and hits it to second. Chance there. D'Agostino looks the runner. Makes sure, looks up, makes the solid play, the play you need to make, and one down now for the Bucs here in the bottom half of the third.
It was a productive at-bat. Tillman gets Hoffman over to third base. That means McGonigal with a fly ball can snap the shutout.
McGonigal steps in here, and as you mentioned, Jim, a chance for an RBI and a chance to cut the deficit in half. McGonigal comes in, hitting .211. Catcher here also 3 RBIs on the season, looking to hit his 4th if he can, or get at that. Here's 2-0 delivery. He'll get something good here. Inside. Called a strike. Kind of locked him up, was not able to get the hands around. and get a swing, so he observed it. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Bucs threatening here in the third. Even in the count on that foul, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the 1 out.
Gallagher has been a good catcher for the Tornadoes. And defensively, he's been outstanding.
The Bucs here looking to push across a run. Lifted to shallow center field. Getting back, D'Agostino comes in, makes a quick throw. Kind of a catch and release by D'Agostino. Nice play at second. That's a tough play to make. Not always that easy.
It really is, and the fact that it's just great baseball awareness to be able to get rid of that as quickly as possible. Keep that runner, at third base. So nice job.
Freddie Huber steps up. He was actually officially the first base runner for the Bucs as Huber drove one to left center gap and hesitated as he rounded first. He got the single, but he tried to stretch it to a double, and he was thrown out on a dart from left field in the toss to D'Agostino. By D'Agostino. Again, Plohas on that throw from left. 1 ball, 1 strike, even up here, 2 outs, and we're getting a look here as a runner at third for the Bucs as they try to cut their deficit in half. Driven this time by Huber, foul.
Joe, when you look at where Hubner steps into the box, he is right over that plate. And you can see that with those quick hands, he's able to get around, but there's a lot of box left. He is right on the plate.
219 hitter, 8 strikeouts this season. 6 RBIs, looking for his 7th. We are bottom of the third, the Aces, with a 2-0 lead. Swung on and missed, and a strikeout, and Freddie goes down swinging, and the Bucs are retired after 3 complete. It is a 2-0 lead for the Aces. 4th inning coming your way in a moment.
When you're in the deep end, swim to the weekend, cause it's your life to explore. I'm so tired lately, you got me working crazy. It's time to dust off your weekend shoes. Yeah, drive me uptown, baby, let this night go crazy. Find a feeling running up the ceiling, you better believe in the change. You're never wrong. Oh, you're never wrong. Never lonely. You're never wrong. Never lonely. Oh, man. Tell you one thing that it's all about. The chase. Chaser, we get away. Chaser, we get away now. Chaser, we get away. Chaser, same old desk, same old chair. 5 more days till my weekend prayer. Boss is breathing and down my neck. So much grief for a little paycheck. Overworked, I'm underpaid. It seems to me as if I'm getting played. Hey chicks, be ready for 6. The weekend's coming our way. I'm so tired lately. You got me working crazy. It's time to dust off your weekend shoes. Yeah, drive me uptown, baby. Let this night go crazy. Find a feeling running up the ceiling. You better believe in the change.
Hey, welcome back to Castle Field. Jim Childs with Joe Ruland and Tyler Brick, Sam Plohas, and Sam Abbas. Tyler, Sam, and Sam up against Shane Vitence, and a check swing fouled back to the screen. Vitence has been excellent so far. He ran into some fielding issues in the 2nd inning, giving up 2 runs. Pitches from the stretch, Pats, ball in the dirt. Brick grounded out on a 5-4-3 double play after Noah D'Agostino singled in that 2nd inning. And with 2 outs, nobody on, Aces scored 3 in a row on 2 runs on 3 errors in a row. Brick down 1-2 now.
Hitting .364 on the season. 2 RBIs.
Vitense does not have a strikeout as of yet. Boy, just about had one right there. That one was a good pitch. Brick didn't pull the trigger. Beautiful night out here.
Looking to square away off. The outfield kind of playing Brick a little to the left side of the infield.
Excellent to have Town Ball back on QCTV. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That one's fouled back to the screen.
Good quality at bat here for Brick. As we take a look also, hey, as they mentioned, the Aces and the Bucs played 3 times last season. Anoka took home a 3-2 win, their first appearance, and their second meeting it was a 5-1 win for the Bucs, and then Andover, a convincing 8-4 win late in that season, or late in the season, actually just prior to the state tournament.
Brick battling against Vitense. Here's a payoff pitch. That one's popped up. That might be the truck.
Well, I'm not sure what the over-under is for the truck here this season, but wow, 4 for the season. I was thinking just for the game, because Ryan gave me an update from the truck.
2 for the season. That one's fouled off of Brick. Vitense trying to coax the umpire into an out, but that one fouled off of the foot of Brick. This will be pitch number 9 coming up to Brick. Actually, pitch number 10. That was number 9.
Look here, see where he tries to at least maybe take a swing at a pitch he wants. This one's lifted.
Popped up to center, and Josh Barker right there puts it away. Had to move about 2 steps to his left. So Plojas comes up, the old man of the Aces.
Comes in hitting .244, reached in that second inning and scored on the air by Hubner.
Vitense of the pitch, swing and a miss by Plojas.
4 RBIs on the season for Sam. Couple of sacrifice flies, 10 strikeouts. On base percentage of almost 300 at .298 after reaching his first time. I'm sure that puts him at 300 thus far.
0-2 pitch and a strikeout, and that is, well, McGonigal thought it was the third out.
But the first strikeout.
The first strikeout for Vitense, and that was good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Sam Abbas steps up, scored after he reached on an error by the shortstop Hubner.
Abbas at .267 hitting clip with an on-base percentage of .476 thus far.
Vitense has found a pitch that he likes right now. There's 5 straight strikes with the same pitch.
That last one was 2 words, filthy.
So, Joe, I got a question for you. The Aces have one member of their team that played in the NCAAs this last spring. Who was that?
Rocco.
No, it wasn't Rocco.
Out of Creighton. Was it the NCAA D1?
Nope, it was D3.
Okay. It was Abbas.
That was Abbas. Abbas, one of your.
Brian Robbie, the head coach over at Forest Lake.
speculation is that he's going to the Gophers this next year.
It appears that might be a good option for him and the Gophers.
Yes.
He's been kind of in the on-deck circle unofficially as that role for some time, but
For about 12 years. Curveball fouled off Abbas in a battle right now, 0-2.
a call out too for Forest Lake and a great job and the success they truck got hit. Bam! One in the book.
Thank goodness. So we're at 3 out of, and the average is 4. That one's right off the fist. That one hurts. Wells up with it. Abbas running with his bat. Gets forced out. And, hey, Joe, let's take a look at some of the rankings coming up for Class B. So, actually, this is Class B, and it
correct.
is Air Freight Unlimited. You had mentioned them. They're ranked number 1, Meesville. Down south is ranked 2. And this is, this is the Stockmen, I believe, are an A, unless they fell down to B.
Nope, that's right. As they also have combined that A and the B.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right.
And so Meesville also, a solid team and a great steak a great steakhouse just outside the stadium at Meesville. But Air Freight did take home the championship last year, but they've been around that as well. I had a chance to see a lot of that A-ball in-town team a few years back, and it's fun to watch. But I'll tell you, you showed just how competitive that A and B is, and they merged them last year.
The Stockman Irish have been an excellent team for a long time as well. That's in the Metro East.
That they have. We had mentioned a little bit about Forest Lake and the success of that high school team. They ended up winning Section 7, and then they went out and defeated Farmington 1-0. Farmington was one of those favored, I think, in the state tournament this year, but then took the tough loss to Eastridge. Eastridge has a plethora of pitching and hitting, and Moundsville will have their hands full of the state championship on Monday.
And they ended up taking the loss in the third place game today, 3-0 to Wayzata. Wayzata finished, only loss was to Moundsville. And that'll bring up J.D. Wells here in the bottom of the 4th inning against Stoll.
Wells kind of gave the umpire a second look on his first at bat as he was punched out and caught looking on that by Stoll.
Ground ball over to Waddell. Waddell lasers one over to Brick. That'll be one down, one quick out. And I'll bring up St. Vitens, who was called out and strikes to end the first inning.
Correct, Vitens coming into this game, hitting .333, a couple of stolen bases. Just one strikeout this season thus far, and this is his 21st plate appearance.
Pitch from Stoll, curveball, that's in there for a strike. Evens the count at 1s.
Still certainly a lot of activity already this season on the mound.
That one's out into center field. Rounding it up will be DeLong. Owen DeLong will hustle it back in.
Base knock there for Vitens.
That'll be hit number 2. Well, actually, that'll be the first hit number 2. I'm sorry, battered in the first inning. That was Huber.
Yeah.
Hubner throwing out at second, trying to stretch that into a double. So 1 out, 1 on for the Bucs. And Taylor Nelson will step in. He flew out to DeLong. Stoll with the pitch. That's in there for a strike.
This year, as well, Stoll has been awesome for the Aces this season. In fact, has a ton of Ks and hasn't given up any runs at all. In fact, I think we said 4 earned runs in all the appearances he's had so far this season, and the batters he's faced already have eclipsed over 100. He had 99 coming into the game, so a great job, great start to the season. Opponents just hitting .217 this year against Stoll, and coming into tonight, and 3 innings of work under his belt. An ERA of 1.66, Jim.
Adequate. I think that's the way you would mention it. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and that one misses the inside corner. It'll bring the count to 2-2. Stoll hasn't had to pitch out of the stretch much. Last inning. And here, curveball. That one's hit out into right center. Right there is Lunau. Lunau has it measured. And Vitens will hustle back to first. And it'll be out number 2. It'll be 2 down. And Logan Piero, the designated hitter, will come up for the Bucs.
Nelson had a quality swing on that at bat. Quality wood. It had that slice, a lot like my drive, that just kind of found its way into right field. At first, looked like there may be a gap. Piero, first time up, a ground out to second.
Piero has been a long-time Buck. We've seen him do well. A couple of broadcasts that we've done, he swings through that fastball up high, evens the count at ones.
High school at Legacy, I remember covering these guys in the state tournament down in.
I believe they made it to the championship, didn't they?
They did.
Yep, curveball in for a strike. 1-2 now. Stoll is living on that inside part of the plate. He's done a nice job of being able to tie up the hands of these Bucs.
Piero, 353 hitter this season.
That one fouled off of Piero. He was, and there were some solid baseball players. In fact, I believe one of the pitchers ended up pitching down at Augustana in Sioux Falls. Had a good career, college career down there. One's grounded foul.
Correct. I'm not sure if he's pitching, but he had in the past with the Low Gators.
Yes, you're right.
Town ball. So.
Yep.
Taking a look here with the outfield pretty much straight away. It's Piero. Down in the count 1-2.
Yeah, Demovic plays an interesting shortstop. He's, well, I tell you what, Piero's on a battle right now, but he's got 2 feet in the outfield. Obviously trusts his arm.
Very much, and maybe looking to perhaps get that force out at second. That's a good combo up the middle with D'Agostino at second.
Yep. Pitch, and there's a strike 3 called. That'll be strikeout number 4 for Stoll, and he ends the 4th inning for the Bucs. The Ace is up 2-0. We'll be back for inning number 5 coming up here on QCTV.
Rum River Art Center is your local nonprofit organization located in the Old Milk Factory near downtown Anoka. Our nearly 6,000 square feet of windy and whimsical studio spaces are filled with inspiration. At Rum River Art Center, we embrace individuals of all artistic abilities and focus on the healing aspect of the process over your final product. We pride ourselves in offering classes with a huge variety of mediums at an affordable price. From one-time ceramic wheel throwing classes to multi-week painting courses, from creating at the Art Center to finding us at your local library, we believe art is the catalyst for connecting human beings to each other and themselves. Come visit us or check out our website, rumriverart.com, for more info on classes, galleries, special events, and how you can support the arts in your community.
We're back at Castle Field. Ace is up 2-0 right now. Jim Chalice with Joe Rulin. And we're ready for the 5th inning as Vitens will start the 5th frame.
Owen Dylong steps in, reached on an error his first time up. On that error, scoring was Abbas for the 2nd run of the game for Andover. That's where we're at right now. That 2-0 lead is head to the top half of the 5th, Jim.
Yeah, Vitens, he's looked good out there with the exception of the fielding pieces. And it's funny, one of the comments that Sam Polojas, the manager of the Aces, said, hey, when they field the ball, they seem to do all right. When they don't, it's not good. And I think we're seeing a little bit from the Bucs. That's one hit out in right field. And hurdling right there. Nelson, Taylor Nelson right there. Good running catch as that one tailed away from Nelson. Able to come up with the out.
I thought that was going to get down. Maybe that humidity hung it up a bit for that first out. So number 9 hitter, Jim, coming up.
Yep, Jake Tomovic in there for a strike. He's in college over in Morris. He's got a good program. There's another. Well, that was just inside. Looked like that was pretty close.
Yeah, Domovic hitting .429 this season. This his 13th plate appearance of the season.
Fastball up, .429, and he's batting in the 8th position. Not too bad of a lineup then, huh?
That's some depth.
Yep.
I stand corrected. It was his 11th game. He's his 42nd plate appearance.
Fastball in there for a strike. Evens the count at 2.
So it's set here, and when Andover kind of made and hit the switch last year, I always kind of look at that part of the season where they hit the switch. And that was certainly that month of August where they went 4-1. In May, they went 4-1 to start the season.
That one's hit out to right center. Nelson's got it measured, and he comes under for out number 2.
In June, meanwhile, they went 5-6 last year. July, 3-6, but they really got it going in that month of August and went 4-1. So you kind of hope that momentum takes them into this season as well. Certainly getting some increased talent and some wins and a chance here to kind of see them elevate their play this year to not only trying to stack another win or a visit to the state tournament, but advancing.
That one hit out into left center field on the run as Josh Barker makes a nice running catch. 3 up, 3 down for the Aces, and Vitense has his by far his easiest inning. As we move to the bottom of the 5th, you're right, Joe. I mean, especially with this the schedule that they have, which is not an easy schedule. They play Burnsville, which is ranked. They've played, they're playing the Bucs. I mean, they've got every night is a challenge. There's no easy spots on that schedule.
Not at all. As you get a look, here's some games coming up here for the Bucs. That's going to be versus Centennial Cougars. That's on June 18th, followed on the 21st at that Hinckley Invitational Tournament. 21st, 22nd, and 21st, of course, the longest day of the year. We were just talking about how much you like these stretched days of sunlight, but today is also Flag Day, Jim.
I did not notice that.
We got to have the flag, show us a little energy out in center field tonight here before the end of the game. And, oh, by the way, June 25th, the Bucs will take on the Coon Rapids squad as well. The Aces, meanwhile, a couple of things going. They've got the game versus the Low Gators. That's always a good rivalry matchup on the 18th, followed by the Rum River Bandits, Hamel Hawks, and then Coon Rapids once again, the Redbirds on the 24th, and Isanti Redbirds on the 26th.
Is Corey Koski still playing for the Hamel Hawks?
He was actually playing last year, and I should know this because I actually did some interviews with him and his 3 boys. I'll get it for you in a minute. Not at Hamel.
Okay, it was somewhere around that area.
Yes.
So it might have been the same spot. So Hertling will come up against Stoll, who's been exquisite so far, followed by Hoffman and Tillman. Hertling hit a fly ball out to Lunau in the 2nd inning for the 3rd out. Ball 1 on the first pitch. Bucs uniforms look sharp tonight. Both these two look pretty solid.
Aces look like if it were a little bit more hot, those could be a little steam it up type of uniforms.
Swing and a miss.
But of course, that cotton certainly makes it a lot.
The cotton. Yeah. Well, they look good.
They're 2-1. There we go. The delivery inside, late breaking pitch. I like the movement.
Yeah, that was a good pitch. So Sam Plojas, J.D. Wells, both respect each other, and both have really built a nice team. Demovic with a nice catch, moves 3 paces to his left and snares that line drive from Hertling, and I'll bring up Garrett Hoffman.
Hey, scalded that time. Another hitting line drive, and Hertling retired. 0 for 2 thus far, and that brings up the number 7 hitter. Garrett Hoffman, who reached on a walk, Jim, last time up.
Yeah, Hoffman battled, able to get to third base. He was stranded. And actually got to third base with 1 out, and was stranded as Stoll was able to get McGonigal and Huber out and keep that goose egg still up on the board for the Aces, or for the Bucs actually. Like you said, beautiful night out. No sun issues. The flag day is not moving around, and a good crowd on hand.
That it is. That it is as you get a look here at the Aces and their pitching. So far, pretty impressive start to their season, as they have logged over 100 innings, minimized those walks as much as they could here this season. They struck out 119, counting a few here tonight. I believe it's 4 already that the Bucs have had 4 Ks at 123 this season. That pitching, Jim, as you know, just so vital. You can never have enough pitching.
No, you can't. And being able to cross-pollinate from pitching to shortstop to wherever, outfielder, wherever is sound. Here's a 3-2 pitch. That's inside, called third strike. That just razored off that inside corner, and Hoffman out on strikes.
Yeah, Hoffman knew it. He took the march back to the dugout. Knew that was strike. Good job, good pitch. Off balanced on that pitch, and a great location by Josh Stoll.
Got to see the crowd in the grandstand here at Castle Field. Most of the permanent seating is filled.
Tillman gets another look. He struck out, or grounded. His first time up. Grounded to second.
So Stoll, I would call this cruising right now. He's 0-2, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. That one's hit on the ground. Tough play, and they allow it to go foul. Good play by Waddell to just watch that go foul, and it was.
They have just the counter effect there as Hertling started his inning off with a line drive to Demovic, who was able to make the play at short, just taking a couple. He's still playing, as you mentioned, Jim, a couple of steps into the grass.
Yeah.
Very deep short.
Doesn't get that's called left field, I think. So fouled off again. Still 0-2 right now to Tillman. Tillman has been a staple here with the Bucs for a number of years. Strike 3. And like I mentioned, Stoll is cruising right now. That is strikeout number 5. And the Bucs are down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll come back for 6th inning action back here at Castle here on QCTV.
I have Stoll for 6.
Hello, I am Judge Francis Green, co-host of the District Court Show. On our next episode, we will speak with Judge Viethan Winchell, a recent judicial appointee in Washington County. She will share with us her background and insights as she begins her new role. We will also speak with our very own co-host, the newly elected Chief Judge of the 10th Judicial District. We will also speak with Sean Gibbs, our new assistant chief judge. So the next show promises to be an interesting and informative dialogue. So be sure to tune in to the next episode of the District Court Show.
Welcome back. As we head into the 6th inning, it will be for the Aces. It will be Lunau, Fisher, and D'Agostino, 2, 3, and 4. Tyler Lunau has made a nice couple of plays out in right field. And at the plate, he's flown out to center field and then grounded out to the shortstop Huber on his last at bat in the 3rd inning. I would call this a pitcher's duel. That one's ripped into left field, and that's past the left fielder, Hurtling. Lunau on his way to second. He'll stroll and come into second base with a stand-up double. His celebration, not really full-heartedly a celebration, but that'll bring up Chayton Fisher.
Lunau, his 3rd double of the season, came in hitting .375, and that was a serious knock. He came up there looking for the one pitch, and now you get up a couple of at-bats, and you kind of watch for tendencies and look for what you're going to get on that first pitch. And
right, that one's popped up. Giving chase is Hoffman. Hoffman able to come back and catch it. So one pitch and one more out, and the first out is recorded.
A good guy to have up now, the number 4 hitter who has pounded the ball here tonight for the Aces, and D'Agostino. D'Agostino certainly one of those contact guys.
Curveball in there for a strike. That one looked a little bit off the plate, but called a strike.
Mentioned earlier, Jim, the number of at-bats he's seen this year and the caliber of pitching. He's a patient hitter that looks for his pitch in his situation there, and that one. Good self-management there to hold back on a swing on a breaking pitch that was outside.
1-1. Tries to go the opposite other way and follows that one back.
3 consecutive breaking pitches by Vitense here to D'Agostino. He gave him one fastball, and he drove that one up the middle. Since then, it's been pretty much all breaking pitches to D'Agostino.
Fastball, that one's ripped into right center field. And right on the mark was Nelson. Moving up one base is Lunau.
D'Agostino just missed that one. He did get the fastball.
It was. Noah and his dad, Jason, umped a couple of games for us this spring. That was nice to have a couple of quality umpires that know baseball.
Last summer, I know I had seen Noah, who was doing some umping in some youth baseball as well.
So Tyler Brick up. This one's hit down the line. If it stays fair, it is going to score one run. It's one bounce off the wall, almost hit the foul pole. Brick will be held to a single.
First earned run of the year that Vitense has given up.
That is right. And Lunau, who started the inning out with a double, basically kind of the same hit that Brick just had.
Yeah, good communication on that bench, Jim, and there's a base hit by Plohaus.
Plohaus, they are going after that first pitch. Brick shuffles over to third. He was off as soon as the ball was hit. And Plohaus has his first hit.
And so you're starting to see first pitch swings.
Yep.
And I tell right now, in all 3 of those first pitch swings this inning, they have been scalded. And, boy, they've barreled up on those. So maybe going out to have a conversation and say, hey, let's re-examine what we're doing. What's our tell here? What pitch are we giving them when they come up there? But Klee and just some outstanding swings. Lunau got it going with the double. And then, of course, the RBI hit by Brick, followed by Plohaus with a laser just over the head that time of J.D. Wells at second.
That'll bring up Sam Abbas. Abbas has hit the ball hard. Scored on an error in the second inning. That one's up high. So now 3-0 in favor of the Aces. Vitens. That one's in the dirt. Nice stop by McGonigal.
I saw some activity in the bullpen a couple of innings ago for the Bucs, but none just yet. Mentioned Vitens came into this game throwing just 6 innings on the season. He's at his 5th inning, the start of it here right now with 2 outs.
And it's a 3-0, yeah, it's a 3-0 count now. He's 1 ball away from loading the bases with DeLong in on deck.
Yeah, if you're not used to throwing this much in terms of the pitching, breaking pitches, there's a dead red pitch right down the middle. 3-1 count.
Coaching third base for the Aces is Kyle Hoppy. Big swing by Abbas, right through it. Vitens.
Looked like he took a little bit more off of that piece, but that was some high cheese. Abbas wouldn't mind seeing again.
So 3-2. Plohasso will be off with the pitch. Abbas looking to drive one. That one's hit out into right field. Nelson camped under it. He makes a catch and ends the threat, but the Aces score 1 on 3 hits.
Vitens has completed 6 innings here, so matching season high as well, so 12 on the season.
So the high school season now is ended. And, well, it's ending. It'll end on Monday. And it'll just be Town Ball Legion. Great time to get out to the park. We'll have some of it on QCTV, but check your local listings for some great baseball here in the North Metro.
VFW, Pete Hayes, I believe, coaching the Anoka VFW team as well.
Yeah, and Kyle Hoppy for Andover. We just mentioned him.
We should mic those guys up during a game sometime if we get that coverage.
I don't know how much content we'll be able to use, but yeah, Pete, both those two would be fun to be able to mic up. You're absolutely right. So 3-0, Stoll back out on the hill. And I was mistaken at the end of this last inning. I said 5 strikeouts. Joe, the statistician that he is, had it at 6. I recounted, and he was correct.
Always kind of a stat junkie. Into the analytics long before the analytics, but not to the detail.
Well,
of those, I always love those stats that the coaches will send from time to time, at least high school as well, and some of the Legion and Town Ball as well, that get into scoring the key base hits with 2 outs and those elements as well. So I'll look here now as the Bucs try to get things going and break this goose egg.
Mike McGonigal up. First pitch in there for a strike. Stoll has been able to work ahead in the count for a majority of the batters.
Yeah, as this game's gone longer, he's gotten more command on each of his pitches. Doesn't look like he's wavering in any way in terms of endurance, strength. He's technique-wise, he seems to be getting more sharp with each pitch.
Big swing and a miss. Stoll might have fouled it off. I don't know. Looks like he did. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that one goes through Stoll's mitt out to D'Agostino. D'Agostino will pick it up. A couple years ago, they did some work. After Castle Field had been reopened here, they had what was almost called the Baltimore chop, where the home plate area was very, very hard, and some hard grounders that would take some high hops. And they've redone the area around home plate.
Oh, that bounce in Texas at Arlington Stadium was historic.
Yep.
And those
Big swing and a
choppers.
miss. That'll be strikeout number 7. Joe, can you check me on that?
Yep, we got it.
That'll be 3 in a row, too, by Stoll. And we'll flip the lineup up to Fred Hubner. Hubner came in, led off the game with a single, cut down at second, trying to stretch it into a double, then struck out the last time up.
Good look there, as was
Again, first pitch strike.
Plohos on that dart from left field, said, don't try that again. As Freddie took that big turn, hesitated for a second, and that was too much. And D'Agostino placed the tag for the out.
So 0-2 right now, Stoll. Good 0-2 pitch. Fisher able to keep that in front in case Hubner decided to take a whack at it.
Good to see the camera crew out. I see Logan there on first base dugout. He's got some baseball in his portfolio.
Waddell with a nice pickup. High throw. Brick able to come down with it. Takes out Hubner for out number 2.
Of course, you didn't want to run over that brick wall on your way to first. A nice dart. Waddell made a nice little flash some leather at third on a short hop. And the throw elevated a bit just up the line, but Brick brought it down to make the tag.
Bring up J.D. Wells. J.D. Wells stands in there. He grounded out to D'Agostino last time up. First time we've seen a 2-ball, no strike count in a number of innings. There's been one walk he's given up. That one's fouled off. Big hack by Wells.
JD hitting about 225 on the season. Looking to reach base here in his third plate appearance.
Headed out to center field. And right there is DeLong. He's able to collect that one. We're at the end of 6. This game is zipping past. I shouldn't have said that. It's 3-0.
Jim.
Yeah, 3-0 for the Aces. We'll be back for 7th inning from Castle on QCTV.
Slow down at the Chamber. They ramp up at the Chamber. We've got 2 major events coming up in July. You're going to hear about what those are and how you can participate. And then it's the part you like best. It's member profiles, a chance for you to meet some of the over 600 members of the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. All of that is coming up on this edition of the Chamber Report. Hope you watch.
Welcome back to the top half of the 7th. New pitcher towing the rubber now and taking the ball for Anoka and the Bucs, and that is going to be Taylor Nelson. This will be Nelson's 5th game and appearance. He'll get a look here and see what he can do. Comes in with a whip of 1.28 and an ERA of 1.5. Teams are hitting 264. Correction, 255 as we went down the wrong photograph with Nelson with an ERA of 3.95 and opponents hitting 255 versus Taylor Nelson.
Vitance will go out to right field and assume the position out there that Nelson was at.
This the 13th inning, 13 2/3. That's what Nelson's tossed, and he takes over here as we begin to look after DeLong. Makes a nice play in center field to track a fly ball that he was able to put and not have that thing get over his head. Leads off here in the top half of the 7th as we get a look. He's reached on an air and a fly out to right field. And now a ground out.
Yeah, really nice play by Hoffman. Hoffman stayed down on that one, and that was, got to make it a little bit of a video on that. Stay down, shuffle, and throw to first to get your movement going to first base. Nice play by the third baseman for the Bucs.
Jake Domovic steps in to shortstop. Singled his first time up in that second inning. Domovic singles his third time up. That's a laser up the middle. Good contact that time. He stayed back. New pitcher, different release point, Jim, and he stayed patient on that swing and delivered a single now with one out, and they flipped the lineup over to Waddell.
Yeah, really nice piece of hitting. He's got a third of the Aces hits so far now with 2 out of the 6.
Waddell certainly due 0 for 3 after a ground out or fly out to second, fly out to left field, and a fly out to center field. He's been generous at spreading that ball around, Waddell, in his first 3 at-bats.
He had a hit against the Iowa Hawkeyes Division I. He was down at Dwayne Bakes Field, had a hit when the Hawkeyes played Grandview. Nice to see.
You're probably happy to see Guerin from Moundsview heading to Iowa.
Yeah, he'll be with his brother, Blake.
Nelson again in here for the Bucs. His first inning, he's officially getting that first out, and he did to start this inning off. It's given him now 14 complete innings. But there's a runner on first for the Aces here in the top half of the 7th. Waddell swats it to J.D. Wells gets it over the first, but not in time, pulls the first baseman Tillman off the bag with the throw, but they get the first out initially, at least on the base path. So 2 outs. Lanau now steps in, and you know, with Lanau coming up, he scalded the ball the last time up, and let's see if he gets another run here. He got it going and really triggered a series of solid hits for the Aces his last time up. 375 hitter this season. First pitch breaking ball misses off the plate. You have to keep an eye open as well. There's a base stealing potential. Comes the way there with Waddell.
Now, Lunau was committed to going up and getting and hacking at that first pitch. That one's hit down the line.
Waddell leads the team this season with 8 stolen bases already. Wouldn't mind getting to second, and if Lunau could get a knock, could score that fun to 4th run here. Fluttering ball to first, that will take the inning. That's a fly out to first, and then the Aces are retired. Top half of the 7th. We're going to keep it here. We got the 7th inning stretch, Jim, and we're going to see you do some stretching here.
Well, I have been working with my yoga instructor and can now at least touch my toes when I am sitting in a chair.
I was hoping to hear you sing like Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi had gotten a that throat surgery so he could continue to go back out to tour. But
well, I may need that after today.
I thought maybe we could hear that Velvet Fog getting at it. So coming up here is get a look at the 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming to bat here for the Bucs.
And we've got some activity in the Aces bullpen. Ethan Zimmerman warming up. Stoll entering, going for his 7th inning. He's been about as perfect as you can get. He's given up 2 hits and 8 strikeouts, Joe?
8 strikeouts tonight already. I stand corrected. 7. You were trying to get me. 7 strikeouts.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, you want me to do
6, 7. You're right, 7.
So,
Well, that's a good question. Is that moon waxing or is
oh,
it
for
waning?
gosh sakes. It's not, where Jim Erickson's going to be calling in any minute to give us that. He and I go through this every time, and I manage to pick the wrong one, and he corrects me consistently. And so
that's a great picture.
we may have to have a call in to Jim Erickson to give us that definition. But we go now here to the bottom of the 7th, and a chance here now for Vitense to get things going. He singled his last time up, struck out his first at bat. And Vitense came into this game hitting a healthy .333. As the Bucs try to get something going, base runners first, and then see if they can stack some hits or get those runners moving. Stoll comes inside, and
that's called spinning the brim.
Vitense quickly out of the way there. Impressive first 6 innings for Stoll, and he gets that called for the strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no one out here. Leadoff hitter, the number 3 hitter, Vitense, who started the game on the mound for the Bucs tonight. He ended up going 6 complete. That's a drive, puts a swing on it. Domovich holds it in and gets back. He only had to take 2 or 3 steps back.
He plays. That's called a deep left field or a shallow left field at shortstop. That's.
By the way, the 6 innings that Vitense pitched, he had only had given up the 1 earned run.
Yeah, unfortunate that little streak there of 3 in a row. That really just might be.
Sometimes those errors are contagious, and that certainly proved to be the case in the 2nd inning for the Bucs, as they had, I think, 3 errors in that inning. Sets up now to Taylor Nelson. Nelson now on the mound. Tonight he has a fly out to center and a fly out to left, and this is a number that's going to go foul. Taylor Nelson comes in hitting .250 on the season. 4 RBIs and 1 dinger, 1 home run. You mentioned missing tonight from the Bucs some pretty good offensive power in Fredenberg and along with Hauge. Hauge actually leads the Mini Metro in hitting at .517 this season. And Fredenberg not far behind. I believe he's number 11 in the league. Punch out here, called 3rd strike. And strikeout number 8 for Stoll on the night.
He has been cruising, and yeah, you're right. Not only that, also on the roster from last year was Reagan Reeder, who played at Illinois. He's up in Duluth playing for the Northwoods League team up there.
Josh Stoll, 8 has been great. 8 strikeouts here as he's trying to complete the 7th inning now with 2 down, and Logan Piero steps in. Piero, a ground out to second and caught looking. One of the strikeout victims of Stoll here tonight for Piero. Piero having a good start to his season offensively, and this is a ground ball, gets the knock up the middle and a base hit. Coming in, he was hitting .353 and gets a knock and a nice base hit. See if the Bucs can get something going here with 2 outs.
You know, when your team is struggling trying to get base runners, it's just important to remember getting on first base is just as important as getting on second, and taking a much more deliberate swing to try to knock it up the middle, where that usually is the weakest part of the defense. And
Yes,
Piero did that.
He did that. Just simplify it, right? Look for one pitch. Drive it up the middle as Hertling steps in. Fly out to left field, and then a hard line drive to Damovich at short. That came in that 5th inning. Piero not necessarily a threat to go, so you won't see a lot of looks over. Plus down by 3 and 2 outs. You need the base runners at this point.
Yes, you do. And you can see that Stoll maybe is getting to the end of his night with, he's been behind on the hitters here in the 7th inning. There's a swing and a miss.
It's a 2.89 team ERA for the Aces, currently good enough for 2nd in Metro Minnie.
Fisher took another one off a body part that was not protected.
2-1 now to delivery. Stoll looking for strikeout number 9 here in the bottom of the 7th. He's been in command, tossing some pitches with some great conviction, staying on top of that ball. Thus, been holding the Bucs to just the 3 hits. Nice play at third. Waddell leaves his feet, goes airborne, and launches a sidearm and gets hurtling by a half a hiccup. And just like that, the Bucs are retired. 7 complete here from Castle Field. It is a 3-0 lead for the Aces.
They ramp up at the Chamber. We've got 2 major events coming up in July. You're going to hear about what those are and how you can participate. And then it's the part you like best. It's member profiles, a chance for you to meet some of the over 600 members of the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. All of that is coming up on this edition of the Chamber Report. Hope you watch.
Town Ball Baseball coming your way here on QCTV on just a tremendous evening with has yet to see the flag really ripple on Flag Day.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, give me a little bit of a shake. And up top and some movement up there in center field as the Andover Aces bring a 3-0 lead into this, the top half of the 8th.
Hitting Fisher up for the Aces.
Fisher an 0 for evening so far and gets a glove save. Will he get it beat out here? Just in time, getting there just in time. And I'll tell you, Fisher's had a tough night. As he took
down.
one behind the plate, and now the collision after he was called out, hustling down the base path. And he collided there with Nelson. A little slow to get up. And he hustles back. That's the first out of the inning. First pitch, first swing, and almost got a knock, but a nice play at first base initially over there by Tillman and knock it down. That thing was hit on a rope.
Yeah, Nelson a little late on getting over there, but yeah, I think Fisher may need a bag of ice at the end of this game.
3-1 for that first out, and D'Agostino steps in. Noah D'Agostino. Fly out to left. A single his first time up. And then a nice play at second by J.D. Wells. Force him out on that second at bat. 1 for 3. Looks on here. Again, he comes in with a pretty healthy batting average at .429 coming into tonight. Gets a look there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and now let's see what kind of a 2-strike hitter he is. And from his past experience, he's pretty good with 2 strikes that time. Opens up that stance and just goes the way keeps it alive on a foul ball.
I will tell you that Nelson does not have maybe the giddy up that Vitens does. That one.
This time pop fly, hands drop on that off-speed pitch by D'Agostino. Drives it to center field. He is retired, and the Aces now with 2 outs in the top half of the 8th, and they have that 3-0 lead, bringing up Tyler Brick, who drove a double. Excuse me, that was a single. I assumed it would become a double, but it was a single on a shot he hit down the left field line, and also an RBI for Brick back in that 6th inning, Jim.
He hit it too hard for it to be a double, but no, Nelson, he's just good at moving that ball around and not none of the same pitch looks or none of the same delivery looks the same from. Easy for me to say, I guess, but from Nelson.
Tyler Brick, 364 hitter coming into tonight. Lifts this one to J.D. Wells. Another case, off-speed pitch that time, and they drop the hands and pop it up. And the Aces are retired in the top half of the 8th. They have a 3-0 lead, and coming to bat are the Bucs.
And still, here's our broadcast schedule coming up. Joe, I know that you and I have got something. Oh, it's not on here yet. So we've got the Ramsey
I thought
concert.
Shirts and Skins. Maybe that's what we are going to be.
Yeah,
you know.
you can be Skins. We've got Legion Baseball, Osseo at Andover coming up on 6:25. The next day, we'll be back here at Castle Field, and we'll watch the Bucs against Elk River. And we'll have a chance to see a team I don't think we've seen yet. We broadcast max strength at the Low-Gators. So, and then, of course, coming up in July 13th, Joe and I will be at the Fun Fest for Andover, the parade. We'll be doing that again.
Shirts and Skins.
Shirts and Skins.
I thought maybe the first Ramsey concert was going to be Shirts and Shorts.
Yeah, well.
But Shirts and Skins.
Yep.
And, you're right. I am trying to take the summer much slower and enjoy each of those days. Even though the winter was tolerable this past year, but I just still enjoy these summer nights are golden in Minnesota.
Yeah, they certainly are, and they're few and come rapidly and they leave rapidly. We had a chance to see Zimmerman there warming up. I guess he will be the save leader. Stoll goes back out there for inning number 8.
Yeah, Josh Stoll trying to complete his 8th inning of the season. He's been a workhorse so far this season. Came in throwing 21 innings and had faced 29 batters. A team high 37 strikeouts. And he has 8 strikeouts heading here to the bottom half of the 8th. Good way to start it with a strike right out of the gate. And get it back on. Hoffman steps in here. Garrett Hoffman, third base, and takes a wrap, unable to get to it. Short there is Domovich, and a base knock, the 4th hit of the night for the Bucs here, and so now that'll bring up Tillman. Nate Tillman, the number 8 hitter and first baseman, struck out his last time up.
The Bucs have not had 2 base runners on at the same time yet tonight.
Strike called there. Home plate umpire. Wearing red tonight. We had a little discussion about that versus the blue. Do you like the red or the blue?
I'm partial to the blue.
The umpire dress wear there, yeah. I think we get used to the blue, so when you get the red, you get a pow, bam. Look there. So
I think it was Bill IHOP back behind the plate.
Not
a great job tonight.
Well, that name is getting me hungry about this time of the night, IHOP, but it was, iHacker for the last name. Eric IHacker.
Eric IHacker.
Strike a ground out there as on the drive. Retired Tillman. And now the catcher steps in. Anoka coming into this game with a team batting average for the Bucs at .320 on the season. that actually this early had them number 1 in the Metro Mini.
Well, Stoll has been just fantastic tonight. He has just been able to keep mistakes to a minimum. He's been able to keep ahead in the count, which we're here 0-2 right now to McGonigal.
McGonigal so far, ground out to second and a strikeout. And a swing, and that's strikeout number 9. Some might say he stole a stealing tonight. Or maybe in past tense after the game, you could say he stole the win. But I'll let it go at that. We're both getting punchy from some long days today.
Yeah, yep.
But impressive. Second strikeout for McGonigal, and now back to flip the lineup to Freddie Huber. Huber brought some juice at his first at bat of the night with a single, and then darted and tried to stretch it into a double. But thrown out there with the laser of Sam in left field. Throw down, almost walked right into that. That was close. Tag was placed perfectly on that bag. And Hoffman almost stepped right on the glove.
Well, Brick looked at Hoffman and said, you're lucky. So Fisher with a great throw from behind the plate. The Bucs have had a runner reach third base once. And other than that, there has been no runner beyond second.
Tonight, Josh Stoll has been filthy. 9 strikeouts. That's 7 2/3 of an inning. That pitch called a strike on Hubner, trying to pick up his second hit of the game here last time up. A ground out to third, and a beautiful play there by Waddell. Swung on, and he's bringing some heat. Couldn't catch up. Good velo that time. That may have been his most crisp fastball of the night.
So Fisher's going out to talk. And my guess is he's going to try to have a play on to see if they can get Tillman with this 3-2 count.
Are you thinking a pitch out on a 3-2 count?
I have a feeling there's going to be some kind of pickoff play. But
or was that a hit the mascot conversation?
Hit the bull. Hit the bull.
Here we go. 2 outs. Let's see what transpires. Pitch home, and this one's down the third base line. Beautiful play by Waddell. Shows the arm, digs it out, flashes the leather for the infield hit. That fabulous play. Just a web gem by Waddell at third. Stretched out, made the play right on the dust.
Man, I tell you what, yeah, that was sensational. That's a major college play. Stoll will be done.
Brick with a nice dig also at first, but speed of Hubner just had a few more strides in him and got there just moments before that ball was received by Brick, and that'll do it for Josh Stoll. Adequate outing as he goes 7 2/3, 9 strikeouts, and has just surrendered 5 hits, no extra base hits.
And that'll bring out
singles.
Ethan Zimmerman. This will be his 4th appearance. He's got 8 1/3 innings. He has 13 strikeouts, 4 walks, and an ERA of 2.16. He's the opponents are hitting 200 against him. Watch him in the bullpen. He can bring some heat too. Zimmerman pitched up at St. Scholastica, one of the newer schools in the MIAC. After they left the UMAC after a tremendous amount of success in baseball.
So here we go, a chance. Hey, for the first time tonight, 2 base runners have reached path at the same inning here for the Bucs. First and second. And 2 outs. And let's see what can transpire here. Top pitchers so far this season as well. We haven't mentioned because he played out in center field tonight as Barker. Josh Barker so far this season, 12 innings pitched and has an ERA of .73. That's one of the leaders in the Metro Minnie. Certainly Stoll's number will come back and improve. He came in at a 1.66 ERA. If his teammate here can retire the Bucs hitter and the number 2 hitter, J.D. Wells.
You know, Barker graduated, I believe, in 2017, and his senior season, and this is, keep in mind, Trent Palmer was on the staff. He had a better season statistically than Trent Palmer.
Pitch misses outside. First delivery here. I'll look here with the runners at first and second, the real threat here. They did reach with a base runner at third, actually the second time, because they had runners at first and third at one element of that game as well. Earlier did the Bucs. Couldn't push the run across. D'Agostino made a nice play at second on a pop fly deep into the outfield and then held the runner from advancing at third at that time. 3-0 to count. Here, bottom half of the 8th with 2 outs. There's the strike. The offering there. Mentioned Ethan Zimmerman. In now has tossed 8 1/3 so far this year. A little different arm slot delivery here, Jim, for Zimmerman. Ooh, they throw it down. Love that arm. I love the aggressiveness by Fisher. He threw a dart down to Brick, and Brick almost tagged out Freddie as he just got back in time. Zimmerman also the 13 strikeouts, Jim, as you mentioned, and a whip of 1.32. Opponents hitting 200 this season.
Well, here's a big pitch. It's 3-2. Both if Wells can get a hit out in the outfield, that's guaranteed score at least 1 run. In the gap might score 2 as Hubner has got some good speed at first base.
Good chance. J.D. Wells strikes this well. This could go gap. Trying to track it. Get in there just in time. What an excellent path to a well-struck ball by J.D. Wells. That could have been extra bases and at least 1. But pulling it down in center field for the Aces was Dylong, and makes a great play. So we're at the end of 8 complete. Return with us for the 9th inning, 3-0 Aces.
Whether or not that's
Great look at a goal! Anoka! He gets through. You see right there, guys, Bernovic with a shot.
Back to Castle Field on Flag Day / night. Top half of the ninth here, and we get a look and see that the Aces a 3-0 lead. Stepping in now, Mr. Plohos. That's the first swing here, just off the mark as the Aces attempt to try to extend their lead. Sam Plohos, 51 plate appearances on the season. And tonight, he has a knock his last time up, 1 for 3, reached on an error and scored the first run of the game in that second inning.
Sam Plohos, his dad was a longtime assistant coach at the high school for baseball, so he's here tonight. Glenn?
He asked that you not mention that?
He said he didn't want to talk to you.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. Note to self. As 2-1 count now as Plohos looks for his pitch as Nelson delivers home over the top on that swing. 2-2. And again, hey, it's a chance here for the Andover Aces to stack a couple of wins. They beat the Bucs last game of that season last year, and now looking to pick up a win against the Bucs in their first time that they have seen each other this year. Swing and a miss there for Plohos.
That's impressive, and Nelson's been impressive since he's come in the seventh inning. He's been able to just change speed. You just don't see the Aces diving after anything because they don't know what they're going to get. And the big difference between Shane Vitens, who's got some great stuff.
Yep, Vitens again through 6 innings. Gave up just the one earned run. And you're right, Nelson, just, hey, different delivery, different speed, different spin on the ball. As Abbas reached his first time up on an error in center field. Barker was out there and just misplayed that off the tip of his glove. He scored also later in that second inning. And that's what gave the Aces a 2-0 lead in that second, a lead that they have not relinquished thus far as we are in the ninth with 1 out. Abbas takes the walk, forcing it, getting it going. Any way you can reach base path. Hey, even as a hitter, you want to find some momentum, right? Each at bat, kind of start building it, see the ball well, and now you're going to bring up Owen Dylong, who made a great catch in center field as J.D. Wells barreled up on a pitch by Ethan Zimmerman. Took it to the gap. I thought, Jim, that ball was going to drop.
Yeah, I did too. Yep, I did too. That one, it was a long fly pattern. He was able to catch that ball. Nice job.
A little flare, hit the right. That's going to drop. A base knock, first pitch, first swing, first hit of the night for Dylong. He reached in that second inning as part of that air party by the Bucs. So runners first and second, 1 out. I know Andover has a pinch runner in right now. I haven't been able to get that number. And that brings up the number 9 hitter and the shortstop, Jake Domovich.
That one right off the third baseman and able to take the base for the force.
Ripping that was Domovich. Hit that one solid. Maybe just quite didn't see it. Garrett Hoffman at third. Popped out of his glove. Had the awareness to get back, get the ball, put it in his glove and dive on the bag just in time to beat the pinch runner for the Aces. So 2 down. That'll be a fielder's choice on that play. And they flip the lineup to Waddell. Carson Waddell.
Well, he made just one of those highlight reel plays that in the 8th inning that looked like it was out.
Waddell could find the gap here, trying to find it. There it is. Barker makes the catch, tracks it, and Waddell is retired here in the top half of the ninth. It's the Bucs' turn to try to get some runs manufactured. They trail 3-0, Jim, as we head to the bottom of the ninth.
Well, Zimmerman will come in, try to get the save, and preserve that win for Stoll, and more importantly for the Aces. The Aces have a chance to, move up. It's a double win anytime that they're able to get a W against a conference opponent.
Yeah, the Bucs Aces came into this game overall scoring 101 runs and surrendering just 34. The Bucs. That was the Bucs, my bad. 101 runs for the Bucs and just 34 surrendered. The Aces have produced 60 runs this season and surrendered 58 as they look for the shutout here. Do I dare jinx them?
Well, this game has really been all about Josh Stoll. Stoll has stole the show, as you had referenced earlier. 7 2/3 innings. And really scattered singles and a walk.
Now, I don't mean to put Josh Stoll as the Grinch here, but not like he stole Christmas. But he did, kind of.
Joe,
they took over this game and then just dominated.
It is great to be back up in the booth with you. I got to stay on my toes.
Both of us have had a lot of syllables put in today.
Yes.
And as we head to the bottom of the ninth, see if there's any changes in the batting lineup here for the Bucs. As Ethan Zimmerman takes his last couple of warm-up tosses. Did you say this is Zimmerman's first season with the Aces? Is that correct? Or not? I didn't remember seeing his name on the roster.
Yeah, it is. He is, I believe, out of Maple Grove.
Zane Vitens steps up here, got a single in the 4th inning, struck out his first time up, and then a fly out or a line drive out to short. Came into this game hitting .333, and this is 4th at bat here. Looks at a ball his first time up here in the 9th.
Yeah, Zimmerman is out of Maple Grove.
Some additional pitching warming up there for the Aces, just probably loosening the arm. 2-1 now, ahead in the count. Beautiful pitch there. He just brought some powder to the mitt. Popped out, good look. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Zimmerman working the second batter he has faced, and here's a ground ball to Waddell, gets down to a knee, scoops it up. Beautiful tag by Brick, and I'll tell you, some web gems tonight at third by Waddell. Not only did he get down, scoot up, pivot up, and make the throw, but Brick bookend that nice play by making a nice scoop and a tag. And I got to tell you, I'm impressed with the scoop ability by Brick at first. He's had a series of those flashing leather plays as well, as long as Waddell here tonight. It's a great way to set the tempo for this first inning, or the top of the bottom of the 9th here, first hitter.
What I think is impressive is if you know as a fielder that your first baseman's going to make the play, you can get rid of it and hurry yourself a little bit more. And that right there, Waddell with just an outstanding play.
Carson Waddell 0-4 on the night, but you can tell his mindset's still in there. He's hit a couple of good balls. It's just an 0-for-5 evening, but I'll tell you, in the field, he's been spectacular, a diamond out there. So it's keeping their mindset into that, the focus to be able to kind of steep it. You may not have your best night at the plate, but he's having a tremendous night in the field, as has Brick. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And it is Ethan Zimmerman ahead in this count with 1 out, bottom of the 9th. As the Aces trying to pick up their 2nd consecutive win over the Bucs. Obviously counting one from last year, 2023, in the first meeting of the season. 2-2 delivery. Swung on and missed strikeout. That's the 10th strikeout combined, the first of the night for Zimmerman, who has officially completed his first inning with the 3 batters he has faced. We go now to the number 5 hitter, Logan Piero. He will be the 4th hitter that Zimmerman has faced. His first strikeout, as I mentioned, 2 swung on and missed there by Nelson. Piero grounded to second in his first at bat, struck out, got caught looking in that 4th, and then a single in the 7th. Called strike, sharp breaking pitch there, ahead in the count, 0-2. Some good movement.
That's got a little late break, and it's pretty hard. That's a slider that just comes in and
came up with a little bit more, looks like less velocity on that breaking pitch, and had a little bit more late movement as well, Jim, as you mentioned. 0-2, Joe ruling along with Jim Childs.
It's been a great baseball game. The level of pitching and fielding is absolutely elevated, and both teams have played well from that perspective.
Well, yeah, it said, hey, Coach Plohas had mentioned the key thing they need to keep away from is booting the ball, and they've done a good job of minimizing those here tonight. Down the third base line. In fact, they've put on a good show in the field, especially with Waddell. A nice throw by Plohas in that first inning, cut down Freddie Hubner, trying to take a single and stretch it into a double. Straight back at us. Thank goodness for the netting.
Yeah, that would have rattled rattled around up here pretty good if it got up.
0-2, what's the pitch? Breaking pitch?
I think you go fastball in on the hands.
I think so. Logan Piero.
Down in the dirt.
Watches a breaking pitch.
Don't follow me. 0-2 pitch, just not a strike. That's the one thing you don't want. You don't want a strike. You want to see if you can get the hitter off balance.
So set here, ready for the delivery on the 1-2 count with 2 outs, bottom of the 9th.
Whew.
Would not give him the call, just off the plate, a few inches there. So now it evens up, reduces our while. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th here as the Bucs have 1 pitch left here to try to get a rally going. And right now it's Zimmerman struggling to find a spot here. And good job, good at bat here by Logan Piero. Hey, he's not going to go with an easy at bat.
Yeah, he was down 0-2 and then fouled off a couple of tough pitches. Now 3 straight balls by Zimmerman.
Andover looking for the shutout here in the delivery. Nope. Having some problems with that location. Scooping, hitting the dirt. Good scoops behind the plate there for the Aces. And now we go to Lewis Hertling.
Hertling's an 0-4 tonight. 0-for-3 coming up. Another ball. That's 4 in a row now, or 5 in a row. Good thing we're not at Texas A&M. 6 in a row now.
Boy, I think Andover's like, just put it someplace close around that plate.
Yep.
Right now, it's just in one of those zones where.
What's going on?
J.D. Wells having a conversation with.
I think they're going to have a pinch runner for Piero.
I think you're right.
I don't know why you'd want to take that speed off the base path, but.
Yep, coming in 23.
Well, and to be honest, you're up 3-0 right now. That runner at first does not mean a whole lot. So I even tell Tyler, the first baseman, to play off. Don't hold him on. Cover as much ground as you can. One thing about baseball is there never seems to be an easy victory.
Mm-hmm.
No matter who, no matter when, and no matter where, you're going to face some adversity.
Josh Barker been playing in center field, but now he'll come in and pinch run. Hartland there probably took a swing at ball 3, but I'll look here with 2 outs and a 2-1 count here to Hurley. Ground ball hit to short. Quick release, the throw, the scoop, the good, and no, they call him safe.
And
may have stepped on his ankle, the brick, by accident at first as he was trying to dig out another one. That time it looked like Waddell may have wanted to jump in and take that ground ball, but.
Well, you like the aggressiveness from that third. You want your third baseman to do that, and Young is. Domovic is playing such a deep shortstop that you can range that far and feel like you can make that play.
To start this inning, it didn't appear that Andover may need another pitcher, but continuing to warm up in that bullpen is another Aces arm. So 2 outs, runners at first and second. There's a knock up the middle, base hit. Runner's going to score. They break that goose egg, and I'll tell you, down to their last strike, and an excellent at bat by Logan Piero, and I think we're going to see a pitching change here. He had just struck out the third batter he had faced, the Zimmerman. And having some trouble getting that last out, and coming out to attack. He's talking about an issue maybe with the mound or the rubber. And now it's down here with Hoffman.
Hoppy going to let him stay in there. Zimmerman. The winning run right now at the plate.
Yep, Hoffman does have a home run on the season.
Caleb Tays is in the bullpen right now. A good shot from our crew.
My bad, that was actually Taylor Nelson with a 1 home run. Hoffman does not have one, but that does not mean he's not capable of taking 1 yard here for the game winner, a walk-off winner, a one. Oh, excuse me, it's Tillman. Who's been up there. So Tillman gets the look. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tillman playing first tonight, and there's another strike called right there. So down to another strike, and that's where Logan Piero was before he extended an 0-2 count that he had and was able to work the walk.
And you're right, he really had to work that, Joe. That was a good battle.
A 156 hitter is a ground ball single, and now it is a 3-2 lead. They brought it back to within 1 run.
And the winning run is now on base.
8 2/3 of no runs. And finally they put together. It just shows you a little momentum. Anything triggers that. And now the number 9 hitter steps in for Tillman. His fifth RBI of the season. No bigger. Now runners at first and second. Some juice coming here for the Bucs. And swung on and missed by the catcher for the Bucs. McGonigal.
Had a little bit of a tough night. He's struck out twice last 2 times up.
Spinner that time just stayed high. As McGonigal looks up, they'll flip the lineup to the leadoff hitter.
Yeah, this is, if you're the Aces, this is the guy you want to get, and you hope for the Bucs that you're going to see Mike McGonigal have a strong at bat.
Fouled straight back, down to 2 strikes, but that's been the story of the series of hitters. The Bucs have not given up. They've brought some tenacity here to the 9th inning, the bottom half of the 9th. Down to their last strike, but no base runners and 2 outs. And they've managed to scratch a crooked number to bring the deficit now just to within 1 run. A 3-2 lead for the Aces. Zimmerman on the mound. He took over with 2 outs in the 8th for Josh Stoll. Stoll, shutout ball through 8 innings, 9 strikeouts. Missed there. They're going to throw. No, they faked the throw down to first.
Well, we've seen Fisher kind of show off that gun. Tays is done warming him up. He's going to the dugout.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A 3-2 lead for the Aces. A single away from tying this up, the Bucs. Full count.
Now the runners will be off. If it goes into the gap, there's a chance that this game is over right now.
1-run lead for Andover, delivered by Zimmerman. He walks. That's it. You know that he is probably done for the night, Zimmerman, as he had trouble getting through that.
Yeah.
3rd out or the 4th out on the 4th hitter he had seen. So Zimmerman comes in, throws officially 1 inning.
And like you said, he had them on the ropes.
McGonigal, a beautiful at bat, fouled off a couple as well, a lot like Piero, and got his way on base with a walk, so that allows him to flip the lineup. And now that brings up Freddie Hubner. And what karma would it be as he led off the bottom of the 1st for Anoka with a shot to the gap. He got the single, looked like he was going to settle, then took off for second, was thrown out at second.
So Taves comes in. Caleb Taves, this will be his 5th game. He's had 1 start. He's got 1 loss. That's his only decision is 1 loss. He's 10.2 innings, 10 2/3 innings. He's given up 7 hits. He's walked 9 and struck out 9. ERA right at .84. So the Aces need him to come in and throw strikes.
You got it. Josh Barker, who was playing center field throughout this game, who came in and pinch ran for Logan Piero. He came around and scored the 1st run for the Bucs. Then after a couple of singles, now they're back to just a 1-run deficit. As Caleb Tays makes his 5th appearance of the season. He mentioned that ERA, pretty stingy, .84. Off of 10 2/3.
Pitch for Augustana. As a freshman, got some innings.
And so now they are set if you had to predict what transpires here, I would say ball is hit to third to Waddell, who makes the nice play, or they find the gap through the Bucs and they get the walk-off. Freddie was given a single on that infield hit after the fabulous play by Waddell at third. He was able to get there just in time for that infield hit.
We got a fire going on out in, I don't know where that is. It looks out in right field, or left field. It's kind of like the way the Bucs are right now. They're on fire.
Set now, that's it. Freddie Hubner, 2 knocks today to start the game in his last at bat. He struck out and then grounded to third, also in that 6th inning. Looking here, and you see what a look from Tays. Caleb Tays can earn the save. First pitch. Called a ball.
Fisher wanted that one. Kind of double pump. That usually tells the umpire that he thinks it's a strike.
Hubner now 49 plate appearances on the season. Gave it a .219 average. And a good look here. He misses on the first 2 pitches. Two balls, no strikes. Andover was breezing.
Joe, you were a leadoff hitter. Do you take on this one?
I almost really want to kind of maybe fake bunt just to bring in to surprise him, and he didn't need to do that. 3-0. Wow. Tays. Caleb Tays. 9 walks this season. 55 batters faced. Now we look. 3-0 count. Hubner could get tying RBI here, and it's called a strike. That one was in and tight. So the Bucs with a chance here to tie this game late with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. That one way outside, and a walk and an RBI for Hubner. Freddie picks up a vital RBI here to tie this at 3-3. Goodness.
So J.D. Wells now has a chance to win it.
And unfortunately for Stoll, who had stole the first 8 innings, will not get the decision. J.D. Wells, let's see what he's got in it. He smoked one last time up. Sent it to left center. Not for a nice play. The center fielder. That one's low, and now.
And Fisher's barking at the umpire. Been a couple of ones that it seems like it just, there's a blind spot on the outside part of the plate. You can't, that could or could not be a strike.
And at this point, sure hate to put a swing when they're looks that tight. And he calls that one a strike. Well, timely here for J.D. Wells. Certainly could use it. I mentioned he barreled up on one, took one to the left center gap. Before that was tracked down. Center field by Dylong. So ahead in the count here, Caleb Tays. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The Bucs have put up a crooked number 3 to tie this. Foul tip to stay alive. Just got enough on that pitch to
tied
defend.
Him up and came on the inside and just tied JD up.
Look inside here, and everyone pretty much straight away in the outfield and infield. 1-2 delivery. In and tight and got him. He says, nope.
He tried to sell it.
Yeah, it did. It won the walk-off walk.
It hit a ribbon on his wristband.
2 balls, 2 strikes. I think I've said that a series of times already here in the ninth. 2 outs. This one's popped up. Could find a gap. D'Agostino trying to call off. Now coming in last minute, and it drops in. A game-winning hit. It was like an approach shot. Hit to the perfect spot of the field. J.D. Wells gets the game-winning RBI with the bases juiced in the bottom of the ninth, and the Bucs take home a 4-3 win, producing all 4 runs with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth to overcome that 3-run deficit and take home an astounding 4-3 win over Andover. Jim, heck of an.
Yeah, I tell you what, it was a great game and an outstanding job by both teams, and you can see why the Metro Minnie is one of the best conferences in the state of Minnesota with amateur baseball.
Impressive pitching performance for Josh Stoll for Andover, going 7 2/3. Meanwhile, he does not figure in a decision. A win for Anoka. They come back, storm back with 2 outs, bottom of the ninth, down by 3, and they put up a 4 spot. Congrats to the Bucs. Joe Rulin, along with Jim Childs and the whole QCTV staff. Thanks for joining us. Tonight's fabulous game. The Bucs take home a 4-3 win. Have yourself a major league evening at a minor league price.